On the 20th of September 1988, Tara Calico left her home to go for a daily bike ride along the New Mexico State Road. The 19-year-old woman was never seen again. When she failed to return home, her mother went out to search for her. Her mother contacted the local police. However, the only trace of Tara that could be found was pieces of her Walkman and a cassette that belonged to her. Normally, this would just be a cold case. However, things took a strange turn a few months later. On the 15th of June 1989, a Polaroid photo was found at a parking lot in Florida. The photo showed a woman who looked very similar to Tara in a van next to a young boy. Both of them had black tape over their mouths and were tied up. The book shown in the photo was allegedly Tara's favorite book. The scariest part of the entire case is that officials from Polaroid believe that the photo was taken after May 1989, which means that if this is Tara, she was held captive for at least 8 months before the photo was taken. To this day, over 35 years later, Tara has still not been found. Laureen Ann Rahn was a 14-year-old girl from New Hampshire in the United States. She was last seen on the 27th of April 1980. However, she disappeared under strange and mysterious circumstances. On the day in question, Laureen was left at home alone while her mother attended a tennis game out of town. She invited a male and a female friend over, and according to reports, the three of them consumed alcohol together. At around 12:30 a.m., Laureen was sitting on the couch with her male friend when they heard voices in the hallway. Assuming that her mother was returning and that they would get into trouble if they were caught together, the boy left through the back door. Laureen's mother would only return home at around 1:15 a.m., accompanied by her boyfriend. When they arrived, they noticed that the light bulbs on all 3 of the apartment building floors had been unscrewed. She also noticed that the front door on her apartment was unlocked. When she initially checked her daughter's bed, she saw that the bed was occupied and assumed that it was in fact her daughter. However, later, when she found that the back door was unlocked, she went to wake her daughter and find out why. She found her daughter's friend sleeping in her bed, making her realize that her daughter was missing. While the girl had stated that Laureen was initially in the bed with her, she later took her blanket and pillow to sleep in the living room. That was the last time that Laureen was ever seen. A search of the apartment would show that none of her money or clothes were missing, and that there were no signs of a struggle. On the morning of August 12, 1969, a 20-year-old South African woman picked up her Bible and walked into the Knysna forest. She was never seen again. Rosalind Ballingal was a student of the University of Cape Town, although she was never an ordinary college student. The young woman played a major part in hippie culture, being a part of a group called Cosmic Butterflies. After her disappearance, it would be found that she actually held the position of High Priestess in the group. However, her duties in that position would never be revealed. Descriptions of Rosalind state that she was 6 foot tall with red hair and blue eyes. She was also known to regularly partake in rituals and drugs. After she fell into a deep depressive state, 2 of her acquaintances, Saskia Sergeev and Tanya Geffen, invited her to stay with them at a cottage near the Knysna forest. They arrived on August 11th. According to reports, they spent the day discussing passages from the Book of Revelations. The next morning, Rosalind woke up, picked up her Bible, and told her friends that she was going for a walk. The last people to ever see her alive were 2 staff members who she asked where the nearest church was. Her friends, however, were not surprised by her disappearance and waited until the morning after to call the police. The Neisner forest was searched for several days. However, Rosalind was never found. Kristin Smart went to a college party on the 25th of May, 1996. Early the next morning, 3 students had agreed to walk her back to her dorm room. However, 2 of them left before they even reached the room. The next day, one of the students allegedly had a black eye and scratches on his hands and knees. Shortly after, Kristin was reported missing. While cadaver dogs had found suspicious smells on his mattress, the man pleaded the Fifth Amendment to every question in the deposition. Construction work was done in his mother's house the week that Kristin disappeared, and a family renting the house later that year found a bloody earring in the backyard. They turned it over to police. Unfortunately, the police lost it before the blood could be tested. In 2021, prosecutors announced that ground-generating radar and cadaver dogs found biological evidence that indicated Kristin's body was buried beneath the deck at the man's house. However, it's allegedly since been exhumed and hidden in another location.